Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Now I want to turn your attention to this little guy here. This is a drone I recently took to North Carolina on a family vacation. With all the shark attacks that were going on in North Carolina, Alex mandated that I bring that out there, learn how to fly it, and shoot some footage of the ocean. And we're going to have a report coming up on that. But I wanted to talk about responsible and irresponsible uses of drones real quick. I want to fly through some articles. Back in 2012, we held the first annual drone mob, Texas Protest Spy Drones. And you could go on that. I would say take a look at that footage. We have a pretty amazing array of drones that we flew, and they were kind of like kiddie drones. I wouldn't say they were anything big and scary. Some guy brought out some pretty cool model airplanes as well. We got some interesting videos there. Now here's an irresponsible use. Meth drone crashes near U.S.-Mexico border. This was back in January of 2015. So there you go. That's an irresponsible use. Here's another one. Drone crash at White House reveals security risks. So this is the guy, he was actually a government worker who was drunk, who flew his drone into near the White House and crashed on the White House lawn. Now here I think is a little more of a responsible use. Seal Beach uses drone to track young great white sharks. And it talks about how the lifeguards out there are flying, looks like the same type of drone over the beaches out there to monitor what the sharks are doing. And they do see a lot of sharks, especially in the Pacific Ocean. You have a lot of great white activity. Here's another irresponsible use. Tourists spark security scare in Milan after crashing remote-controlled drone into famous cathedral. So this is the Milan Cathedral that was just, it took years, hundreds of years to build this thing. And so, of course, some jerk and a drone crashes into it. Here's another one from the BBC. Court decides wrangle over shot down drone. This is a story of a guy who was flying a drone over his pecan grove, and some guy shot it down. His neighbor said it was flying over his area. Well, they went to small claims court. The judge sided with the drone flyer, and so now he's trying to collect on the money he spent on his homemade drone. So, see, a responsible use, irresponsible person on the ground shooting the drone out of the sky. Now, here's another one. Aviation expert warns of disasters after drones near miss with an Airbus. This just happened a couple days ago. A drone narrowly missed a commercial aircraft coming into land at Heathrow, and a second such incident in less than a year. So there are responsible and irresponsible uses of drones. I took the drone out to fly over the waters of the Outer Banks in North Carolina to look at the sea life, and I found some amazing stuff, some stingray footage, some dolphin footage, and we're going to go to that report right now. Recently, I took a family vacation to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It was my in-laws' 50th anniversary celebration, and they treated their family to an amazing week of fun in the sun. But due to the recent hysteria by the mainstream media of shark attacks in that area, Alex Jones sent me armed with a drone. We're going to take the drone out for a spin, see if any of this works. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
The DJI Phantom 2 Plus Vision, to be exact. It was fairly easy to fly, and when I flew it over the ocean, I was amazed at how much sea life was swimming around us near the shore. Here you can see large schools of fish. I saw numerous cattle rays, including this amazing footage of a mating dance. And on one particular day, there were dozens of dolphins swimming near the coast. It was purely magical watching the video of the adult and juvenile dolphins swimming so close to shore. I even found what I thought were Infowars, but I guess they didn't like the drone. But most people were okay with it flying around. But I asked myself, are we being conditioned to their presence? In San Diego, the lifeguards are flying them offshore looking for sharks. In fact, a man was bitten by a shark south of our location, and a young boy caught a juvenile shark in the surf right next to us. But you are more likely to be killed by a jellyfish, deer, or even a vending machine than you are a shark. There are a lot of positive uses for drones, especially in video production. A shot like this would have cost thousands of dollars in men and equipment. But the government, which has been caught using drones to spy on us and even kill American citizens, is obviously not what this country was founded on. So if you are a private drone operator, Use your drone in a positive fashion, and don't give the bureaucrats an excuse to take this amazing tool out of our hands like they've tried to do with guns. Rob Dew reporting for Infowars.com and Infowars Nightly News. And so that was the inaugural voyage of the Infowars drone. We're going to be using this definitely in the future for all kinds of news gathering purposes, responsible purposes, not irresponsible purposes. Now, this might be a little irresponsible, but I'm going to attempt to fly the drone as we go out to break in the studio. So we'll be back. We're going to have the person who organized the SB277 recall website to kind of get people activated into doing something worthwhile. And here we go.
Brain Force is here. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on this the last few months. You probably noticed I've been more crazed, more focused, less brain fog, more energy, more special reports, and it's because of Brain Force.
One of the worst things with most energy products is it's not sustainable, right? You're gonna crash afterwards. And the cool thing about this is it's not just a bunch of energy compounds that are gonna fire your brain up to a higher RPM or whatever, which it does do. This is sustainable. This isn't going to spike and you're gonna collapse and you're gonna feel really bad afterwards. This has a bunch of different antioxidants and compounds and polyphenols.
Everybody's on these drugs to knock their brain out because the brain's so fried.
We kept changing this formula over and over and over again until it became sort of a grand puzzle. For example, the L-theanine inside of it, that is activated by the different compounds in the yerba mate that we put inside of it as well. This just increases the compounds you already have.
This is what you're actually designed to run on.
Exactly.
It's kind of like a car will run on one form of junkie gas, but it runs really good on what it's designed for.
And that's the principle of Infowars Life, as far as I understand, that you've always had, is that it's not about synthetic chemicals and forcing actions. It's about letting your body do its own thing and giving your body the tools it needs to create these different compounds that are super valuable and super beneficial. We've all been dumbed down, whether we know it or not. There's always hidden additives in your food. Even organic food has hidden additives. I mean, we're looking at the television screen, at least, you know, for research purposes, whatever we've been doing, trying to learn something, or staring at the computer all day, working, doing good, you're still damaging your brain.
You will find Brain Force, Survival Shield X2, and other game-changing products at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.